story is about cats and do-overs and whether or not that whole 9 lives thing is actually true. So, I'm a cat person, and I like dogs, but I grew up with cats in the house. First we had Madeline and Pepito, and they were brother and sister. They were indoor cats. Nothing really, exciting happened with them. They were awesome cats, but they lived into old age, and then they both died. And we went a while without having cats. And then we got Cheetah. Now, Cheetah was a stray cat. And that was weird because we lived in a cul-de-sac. So I don't really know where she came from. And this is when I was living at home with my parents. I live in the city now. But this is when I found out that outdoor cats, which Cheetah was, outdoor cats are the shit. They're awesome. It's less maintenance. They just go out and run around and kill animals, and they come home for dinner. And you have less kitty litter to worry about because they're outside pooping in your yard. So that's pretty nice. So Cheetah was awesome, and she liked me the best. And I know this because she used to bring little gifts to my driver's side door in the garage, and she would leave the dead animals that she caught. A little mouse, a little half-eaten frog, and then the very best gift of all was a decapitated rabbit. Seriously, there was the head and there was the body, and she messed this rabbit up. She was an animal, and it was awesome. And she owned our driveway. She strutted around, and every time I came home from work, she would be there. She would run up to greet the car, just like she did all cars. And she just held her own. And one night in April 2009, came home from work, and I saw Cheetah running up towards my car. And it was late, it was dark, it was rainy, and I see her. And what I should have done is stopped and put the car in park and gotten out and took her inside. But what I did instead was I just started moving really slowly, thinking that she would, run away from the large moving vehicle, which she didn't do. And I felt the tiniest little bump. And I was thinking in my head, no, that didn't just happen. Where is she? Where the heck is she? And I see her off to the side, and she's jumping up and down in the lawn. And I hear these muffled little yelps from inside the car. And it was like a horror film because it was dark and rainy, and I see this animal jumping up and down. And then she stopped moving, and I just started crying, and I was like, no, this isn't happening. She still has 8 more lives, right? But I called my mom, and I couldn't even say it. What happened. And I finally said it, and she got in the car right away and came home from work. And all I wanted was for it to never have happened. I just kept thinking, I have to live with this for the rest of my life. I killed my cat. I killed Cheetah. She's gone, and there's no do-over. There's no rewind, and you just have to keep living forward. And this is actually the first time that I've talked about it publicly, because I was really torn up about it for the next couple of days. And one thing that my mom said to make me feel better was, imagine if it was, a child or a person. And it's funny that made me feel better, because it was just my cat. How awful would it be if you, actually hit a person? It still was a terrible, terrible death. What a shitty way to die. The tire ran over her head, and my mom says that since it was, a brain injury, that she probably didn't feel a lot, but still, terrible, terrible way to die. So I just wish it never happened. And that did make me feel better, as strange as it seems. I'm like, well, at least I didn't hit a person. It was just my dumb cat. But still, Cheetah loved me, and I just wish I could go back and put the car in park and save her. And then I was thinking, I can't wait until I can laugh about this, because it's funny, right? I ran over my cat in the driveway, and my dad helped me get to that point, because he would say things, after it happened, he was like, oh, well, just another dumb cat, or she had it coming for her. She was strutting around in that driveway. It's no surprise she died this way. And then he would also say, well, at least it wasn't a visitor, good thing it was you. Way to take one for the team, Gail. Because that would be, really awful if it was a visitor. And then lastly, one day I came home and my dad was out in the driveway taking the trash in, and he started running away from my car. And I was like, "You are such a jerk," because he knew how upset I was. But so now we have 2 cats, but they're indoor cats, and I don't live at home anymore. So.